Unmute. Unmute. Hi, everyone. We're back. Okie doke. So, last time for Bar Crawl, they were interviewed by Surfy Cobalt, award-winning anchor, a host of Goat Ball Tonight. And you had a name for the network, and I can't remember it, Marty. Was it something about ley lines?
Yeah.
But after the interviews, the party went to go collect their reward from Grumpy Wizard Extraordinaire N.A. Soren, and Mote sensed a powerful portal to the airplane and fell into it. Okay. Let's go around the horn and have everyone introduce themselves and their character, because we've seen a couple of you guys before playing these characters even. So, Eren.
Hello. Hi, I'm Eren. I am playing Twillyn again. Here she comes. The small, creepy halfling that tries her best to not be creepy and fails usually.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm playing Darby Bearclaw again. She is a Aasimar Circle of the Shepherd Druid. So, fun time.
Cool. Soup.
Hi, I'm Soup. Tonight I'll be playing my main character from our main campaign, Mote. She's a half-orc ranger who is real excited about being on the airplane.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'll be playing Lady Caw, a Kinku cleric.
Thanks.
And Marty.
Yes, I will be playing Lady Savra Bellabranta, which, if anyone's played Princes of the Apocalypse, may recognize the small but minor NPC, who was formerly an air cultist, now Paladin of Redemption, and very upset to be party to this, I'm sure.
Okay. So, let's start. Twillyn, the last we saw you had briefly adventured in the mists of Kartakis, and you were looking for a sword. Moments ago, your raven kind of turned to you and said, it's a waiting game now. Your queen needs you somewhere else. And you fade in mists, and we'll see what happens in a second. Darby, you are once again fetched by Brother Caw, your Aarakocra superior, who takes you back to the central room with all the planar portals and says, Darby, it seems another of the elemental planes, air, has been acting up. You proved yourself quite well on the plane of water. Perhaps yours is the hand necessary to handle this plane as well. And he will gesture to a light blue spinning portal. Kind of looks like, the sky with a cloud spinning in it. Mote. You fell into a portal from the airplane. It's probably fine.
Probably.
Lady Caw.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get back to you in a second. You fell. You're fine. Lady Caw. You are you have that, that like gold panning dish, a kind of long, low dish, and you've cast some bones into it, and you're looking at them, and that's not good. And as you kind of start to understand the symbols and the signs, you feel this immense tug. And you kind of fall forward into the augury dish, and you seem to be teleported somewhere else. Lady Savra, you just have this feeling gnawing in the back of your head that he's back. And you kind of excuse yourself from the meeting you were in as, kind of a sort of major domo of the order.
Mm-hmm.
And you go into the basement of the tower and you find the portal that led to the airplane, and you kind of redraw the signs and sigils you need, and you activate it and just walk through. Mote, you have been falling for 10 minutes now, and you don't know how many times you have passed out and kind of woken back up as you are just plummeting. And you look around and there is nothing. It is just open sky.
Ooh, all right. It's not terrifying at all.
And as you're kind of falling down, you see, and you kind of hear like Doppler effect, someone screaming like whiz by that way. Then kind of down, someone passes going the opposite direction as you, kind of, and every once in a while you just see someone else falling in a totally different direction than you, kind of screaming as they fall past.
This is fine.
What would you like to do?
Can I do anything? I guess can I make a perception check?
Sure.
I don't know. To try and see if there's any stable ground or anything anywhere. Oh, golly jeepers. Okay. That's gonna be not very high. 10.
Okay. There are tears in your eyes from plummeting. But you think you can make out what looks like an airship? Kind of 300 yards that way. And you're kind of plummeting this way. The airship's like over here. And you're kind of like...
Can I use my robes to squirrel suit over?
Sure. Make...
You have very voluminous robes.
Yeah, make a dex check, an acrobatics check.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ooh, that's really good. 20.
Okay. You kind of... It's a big balloon, and you're like, oh, crap. I might hit, the balloon part. But you kind of... With your check, you kind of maneuver your robes in such a way that you kind of hit and skid across the deck of the ship.
All right, cool. I did it.
Twillyn. You've been falling for 5 minutes, maybe.
Sounds about right.
Just... This sucks. And Eileen has passed you a couple times, and you kind of start falling faster, and she's trying to keep level with you, but it's not working great.
Twillyn's probably going to try to grab on and hold on to Eileen at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Just kind of holding her to her.
Yeah, you kind of grab her like a beach ball.
Yeah.
And she has some manner of mobility, so you can actually kind of ride her like a floating balloon. And you see an airship kind of puttering its way. And with
I'm sorry, for the sake of the stream, can we describe Eileen real quick?
oh sure, Eileen is a giant Eldritch Horror's eye that floats gently behind Twillyn.
I feel like that's important
Yes.
information.
Sorry.
About like this size when Twillyn's holding her, but also Twillyn's a halfling, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still real big, but
yeah.
grabbed on, and you kind of start somersaulting your way over to the airship. Darby, you've been falling for a minute. Give me a give me a survival check.
Oh. Survival. Oh, that's like 22.
Oh, nice. Okay. Your planar I want to say mechanic training kicks in, and you remember Brother Caw saying there is no down on the airplane. If you stop believing there is a down, you can fly. And you kind of center yourself, and you stop in midair, and you have some manner of control over your flight now. And again, you see, the only thing you see around is an airship kind of puttering in a circle.
No. I guess I'll head to that then.
Lady Caw, your people long to fly, and if it feels anything like this sucks. You've been falling for 15 minutes.
Oh, and we lost
I
him.
think you broke Jay.
You know what? I take
The
it
time
back.
kept going down and down. Like first it was 10, then it was 5, then it was 1. Now it's 15.
You're fine. I'm not gonna kill you this way.
You're gonna kill me in a much more creative, different way.
Much.
And you see, not far from you, an airship kind of puttering around. Is there any particular way you would like to try and get over to it?
As I don't really have a way, I'm gonna try to get its attention by just using thaumaturgy to make my voice very loud and just give out a bird's call, just like a raven's call as loudly as I can.
Okay. The ship kind of continues in the direction it was going for maybe 15 seconds, and then starts to list and turn towards you and kind of tries to scoop under you, and you do kind of slam into the deck, and it's not a pretty landing, but you hit it and you kind of roll into like a net. It's like on the side of the airship that keeps people from falling off.
That sounded so loud, by the way. It's cacophonous clanking metal.
Lady Savra.
Yes. Very quickly, because I kind of envision this going slightly differently. If I know I'm coming, if I'm going on purpose, I will be wearing
Okay.
my underthings.
Okay. So you start falling, and do you activate the wing wear?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So, much like how Mote simulated a flying squirrel suit, you kind of zoom out. This woman in heavy armor kind of pops some wings out from under her arms and next to her legs, and just glides over and very gracefully lands on the deck of this airship. And you see a Kenku woman kind of tangled in some netting, an Aasimar druid kind of dusting herself off, a half orc dressed in kind of very flowy robes, and a creepy tiefling or a halfling child holding a giant eye.
Here we all are.
Our band misfits.
Do any of them seem to be bearing a symbol in the shape of a turnip?
No.
I forget the hand signal, but I will make it.
Okay.
And see if anyone responds.
Twillyn just waved.
Probably not. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's the right response.
Okay.
Just gonna open my beak and let out like a deep man's just like painful moan, just like.
Kind of as you guys are standing and kind of looking at each other, two armored air ganassi walk onto the top of the kind of the deck of the ship, weapons drawn, and one of them steps forward, and she's kind of wearing armor that starts at the bottom a very light blue and then gets a darker blue as it goes up. And she has a sword and shield drawn. And the person next to her, her armor appears to be made of storm clouds and is constantly moving. And the one steps forward and says, "Did you board us? What are you doing?"
Is that in common?
It is in common.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Mote will step forward and in Primordial would say, "I'm very sorry. I assure you, my experience was I was falling, and your airship was the first thing I saw fit to land upon. I did not mean to board upon your ship if you did not want me to."
The woman in the storm cloud armor will spit and say primers. And kind of the leader will kind of wave her off. And say, as long as you're not pirates, you are all from the prime material plane?
No, I think. I'm not sure.
Yes.
It's been a while.
But she'll kind of look back and say, and kind of wave again the storm cloud woman off. She'll kind of huff, sheath her sword, and turn around and walk back downstairs. And you can hear something about, "I guess we just let anybody on." And kind of you see her.
Signs point to yes.
I don't like her. The woman remaining will kind of gesture to herself and say, "My name's Zeph. I'm captain of the Azure Guard. What can we do for you here on the airplane?"
I was sent here. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I was also sent here. Cool.
It all works out.
Yeah.
I fell here.
Mote, do you wear any symbols of Acadie on you?
I would assume that she does, yeah.
Zeph will point to your symbol of the Sky Goddess and say, "You serve our mother."
Oh. Yes, I do.
Excellent. She'll yell something below deck that just sounds like a screaming wind.
Do I know what she says?
Yeah, the one, if you speak Primordial or Eren, you understand. She says, "They're harmless."
Oh, okay. It's all good, guys.
she will say, well, we can't send you home. But there are several powers on the airplane who could. Of course, our mistress, though she is sometimes hard to find. And she'll again turn and scream something in some wind language, which again the two of you understand as, should we take them to the citadel of ice and steel? And you hear a cacophony of answers back that range from I don't know to of course not to let's get them off here, yes. And she'll kind of pause for a second and think.
Signs point to yes.
Signs do point to yes, yes. I think it's best if we take you to see the genie. He deals with this better than we do.
At some point, like, Twillyn's just been, like, copying their wind thing just to see if she can.
Okay.
Probably very insuccessfully. Yeah.
Yeah. Kiss your mother with that mouth.
Yeah.
I don't have a mother.
Real rude.
Okay.
But we'll kind of try to like help her out. Like, no, you have to purse your lips more. Like, from the diaphragm.
The woman will kind of stick her head below deck for a minute, and 6 more female air genasi will kind of come back on the deck and start to man parts of the ship, and you guys start to dip down, and it feels like you're gaining speed, and then you kind of level out, and you're coasting a lot faster than you were before. So as you're going, Zeph says, first time in the airplane?
Yeah, but I'm really excited about it.
It's a pretty nice place. Most people think it's the safest of the elemental planes. Then they realize there's nothing to land on, usually. They don't last long. Well, they do, but it's a really painful way to die, starving as you plummet forever. I wouldn't recommend it.
That does sound quite terrible, but...
Why aren't there more corpses just raining from the sky then?
That's a good question.
Ask again later.
I don't know what happens to them. Maybe somebody has to collect them. That might be.
That sounds unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is my first time here, but it is not my first experience with the airplane. You speak of a mistress. Could you identify her, please?
Katie.
Do I recognize that name? Is that pretty obscure?
No, you would recognize her as the goddess of air, although some would argue she's a primordial. She is not the elder elemental of good air, who is Chan. But
okay.
Your former master also hated a Katie.
Okay. I may know it from some Orin curses.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know of the tyrant Yansi Bin?
She will immediately draw her sword and say, "Why do you speak his name?"
I have sensed him moving and brought myself here to stay his hand. I was once his thrall, and I would see him stopped.
She will say, we also move against the shadow of the four winds.
Episode
I'm
title.
bodily relieved.
Title drop.
Have you heard any movements or whispers of him since he was banished from the prime material?
We know that a group of adventurers at no small effort defeated him and banished his cursed weapon back into the elemental plane of air. But he should not be prepared to act again so soon.
I look super embarrassed about that. And just, yeah, I'd heard something about that myself.
Weapon?
Well, then perhaps I am jumping at shadows, but I feel him moving.
She will say, it is possible, but unlikely.
Oh, I hope I didn't come with the airplane. Nothing.
She'll kind of again start to talk to a couple different of the women on board, and this time in common. She's not trying to hide it. Asks if anyone has heard anything. No one has said anything, but one person says, you know who would know? I mean, the genie obviously would, but they usually want something. Keherehuty would know. And Zephyr kind of rolls her eyes, and she's like, ugh, bastard would know. He's a pain in the ass, though. Okay. If your information is good, if your lead is true, Katie, hope it is not. There are two people who would know. Keherehuty serves Shu, god of the sky. Or we could go see Great Caliph Hussam al-Bali bin Nahafat al-Yugaim, Master of the Clouds, Son of the Breezes.
Does he have a nickname?
No, he usually actually pretty much insists you call him that. He gets a little pissy if you don't.
I got as far as Great Caliph.
I'm just gonna call him Breezy.
One of the women will kind of look up, like, no, not me. Okay.
I will turn to my fellow strangers to this plane who did not recognize the symbol, so that puts them square in good company. I am Lady Savra of the Pauper Knights of St. Adalbert. What brings you to this plane?
Cannot predict now.
Well, my master told me to come, so here I am.
Did he give you a reason why?
He just said something bad was happening. I just kind of jumped in without really asking any more questions. Probably should have done that.
He's halfway through a monologue right now. He turns around. Oh.
Oh.
I guess we just did
that
it.
Young Darby is why. Oh, God damn it.
And here I thought it would take you some convincing, but no.
The Raven told me to come here.
Who did the Raven?
A Raven. Raven just poofs on her shoulder.
Caw!
There it is.
It sounded
Raven.
an awful lot like a person saying "caw." By the way,
He's really bad at acting.
Caw.
You
Never
make
more.
a
Or
better
something.
cawing sound at the raven.
Yeah. Sensing a theme. And
And well,
you there.
I was in a tower with a wizard, gonna collect a reward after playing some goat ball. Anyway, and then I sensed a portal, and then I was gone, and then I was falling, and now I'm here. But I can only assume that it's a reward for all of my studies of the planes and of Keherehuty and all of my devotion to her and burning all my morning incense and
You're a dedicant of Akkadi, then.
oh yes, my whole monastery is.
Okay. Are any of you familiar with the Shadow of the Four Winds, Yansi Bin?
Should we roll?
Would I be familiar?
Yeah, so everyone can make Arcana checks. Mote and Darby, you have advantage.
Ooh.
Y'all study plane crap.
Yeah.
Got an 8.
Nope,
Probably
nope.
not.
14.
14.
Yeah.
15.
15.
6.
6. Okay. Darby and Lady Caw, you two would recognize Yansi Bin as the name of the Prince of Elemental Evil Air. He's not a good dude. Each elemental plane has a good prince or princess and a bad prince or princess. The good prince S of air is Chan. The bad prince of air is Yansi Bin.
Darby will go, oh yeah, I know him. He's a dick.
Outlook not so good.
Excellent. We find ourselves of like purpose then. And you were abducted here, Mote?
Not so much abducted as I
I'm
just
sorry, you
kind
thought
of
it was a
fell.
reward. Yeah. Okay, well, I suppose we are off to this palace to either see this genie or Keherehuty.
Okay.
He can't be allowed to rise again. Just like to burst that out at the
You guys are kind of putzing along, and you see kind of rising out of a cloud a giant. It almost looks like an ice crystal, like if you look at like snowflakes under a microscope, how they kind of look. It's this monstrous kind of pointy thing made of steel and ice, kind of just floating in the sky, and the airship pulls up and docks in among a rows and rows of other airships. And, you know, it's kind of like a Star Wars spaceport. Like, people are coming in and out. Lots of various winged creatures. Aarakocra, you see some more air genasi. Various kinds of nymphs and sylphs and kind of winged fae folk. You may even catch sight of one winged elf, although they are supposedly extinct. Probably just casting seeming.
I flinch at that, yeah.
And you guys, Zeph will kind of tell the rest of the crew to just dock the ship, and she'll start to walk with you guys and say, look, airplane politics are weird. and I hate to generalize, they're flighty. Things change here a lot. It's kind of the deal. Keherehuty is mostly a man of his word. Just don't make him mad. He's not pleasant. I don't know what to say about the Grand Caliph other than appeal to his ego, and you'll probably be fine. Good luck, and may Kadi bless the way, and God's hope that Yancy Ben is not back. And she'll kind of point to the end of the hallway and say, "You're going to have to wait in that line." And you see just a line a mile long of people.
We'll kind of give her like I assume there's some kind of like a customary like thanks or goodbye like symbolage, so she'll do that at Zeph.
Sure. Yeah.
What manner of creature is Keherehuty?
He is a human.
Oh.
He is some sort of... He's lived forever, so he's some sort of divinely ascended human, but he appears to be a man.
Okay.
Let's see. Mote, you have the glasses that let you see invisible things. And as you kind of are starting to walk, you seem to be seeing a lot of invisible creatures. There are lots of kind of swirling masses that look vaguely human-shaped, and they're kind of sometimes hunched, kind of leaning against walls, almost like you would say they are beggars, kind of, but just no one else sees them, and they're kind of just all over the place.
Oh, geez. I said, oh, geez.
Oh, okay.
I'll take out like my little journal and kind of just start like rapidly taking notes and doing little drawings and stuff of everything.
Okay. And kind
I will
of
proceed to do the thing we do third best in Waterdeep and Q.
kind of as you're sketching, something Master Quill Scratch once said to you kind of pokes into the back of your head, and you remember her opening her beaky mouth and saying in a deep man's voice, kind of an antiquated accent you remember, her saying, "It is as open as the eternal sky. It is as solid as a child's breath. It is falling forever." And that just kind of strikes you as relevant right now. But you guys get in line, and yeah, who's been to a PAX? It's
Twillyn
just...
probably wanders off at some point just to kind of like keep looking around.
Okay. You guys will hold my spot, right?
We're just like looks over, like remembers who they are, and then just walks off. Kind of wondering.
Cool, got it. Yeah. You find, kind of walking around, you see a couple different churches, shops, kind of people doing business. You'd say this is like a fairly big city you've been to before. It very much strikes you as that.
Okay.
And kind of as you're walking, you see, if you go out into the spiky bits, they usually tend to be observatories that you can like look around the sky, and a couple of them are more airship docks. You can see there's some air docks where ships are being built. You see some genies flying around outside, kind of inspecting and making notes and directing some Aarakocra foremen and workers to kind of poke at it and fix it.
Okay. Do you have, like, if there's, like, either, like, a random street stall for some reason, or, like, some other strange trinket area she's going to wander over and, like, take a look just to see what there is out of curiosity to compare it to different cities that she's been to?
Okay, yeah. You see a lot of clear jewelry. It's very flowy, kind of crystals, diamonds. And all of it says imported from the plane of Earth. And kind of you would say they're some kind of a ladrin, kind of leans on the stall and says, only the finest imports.
How do you import things from a different plane here?
We'd have to talk to my importer-exporter. They deal mostly in imports and exports. Oh, his office is down there.
Okay. And she, like, picks up, like, a random one and goes, can I take this one?
I mean, 2 gold.
She puts, like, 5 on the counter and just wanders off again.
Okay. I can make change. You know what? You got it, kid.
At some point, she'll wander back and just be like, they do imports and exports here. I got a thing.
Yes.
How long is this line?
You've been in it for 2 hours and you've moved up 3 people, you'd say.
Okay.
Outlook not so good.
This cannot stand. I don't even know that I've waited 2 hours. But I would like to do the one thing that I've never done before. However, I will march to the front of this line.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Who's at the front of this line?
There is an air elemental with a clipboard, and there are 2 doors. And
Okay.
he's kind of swirling around this clipboard. And he's kind of got, like, he doesn't have a pen. He's just got ink kind of flowing out of his one finger. And
Okay.
just in this loud, echoey, wind tunnel voice says, are you on the list?
All right. Now, I understand that with the noble background, I can demand an audience. And I would...
Indeed.
And in Orin, I would like to act all imperious that we are here on very serious business. This deals with the Shadow of the Four Winds, the Tyrant of Air himself, and that we absolutely must be given top priority to see, are we in line for Keherehuty or are we in line to get in the city?
Oh, you're in line to either see the Grand Caliph or Keherehuty. There are 2 doors behind you.
Okay. Me and my retinue here, as representatives of the Pauper Knights of St. Adalbert, under the immediate command of Sir Jan Mariusz, who himself dispelled Jan C. Bin from the Prime Material Plane in his last bid to conquer the realm, and that we demand entrance to, and I will look back to, like, the rest of the group, like, do y'all have a preference? I can remember the one guy's name. I can't say the other one's full title.
Points at Mote.
Keherehuty?
Keherehuty.
We demand to see Keherehuty at once.
He'll kind of shuffle through his papers and say, you really serve Jan Mariusz?
Honorably and nobly.
Signs point to yes.
He'll kind of float gently backwards and push open the curtain and gesture for you guys to enter. Okay.
again, in Orin, thank him in whatever way would feel appropriate to his sensibilities. And then quick, like,
as soon as Lady Savra had started this, Mote was trying to like make herself look as small as like physically possible.
it's tough. You're a tall girl. Yeah.
So she's kind of like hiding behind her book, and then like as they pass through, just kind of like, I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you very much.
He'll kind of, no problem. And
That's the only phrase he knows in common.
yeah.
That and okay.
You guys enter a large, well-appointed space that kind of, all of the nice stuff is on this end, and then it kind of gets very bare towards the back, and you see a very simple wooden desk, kind of with like one pen on it, and like 2 stacks of very small paper. And you see a man sitting behind it, dark-skinned, you'd say, in Earth terms, Middle Eastern looking, and kind of trim beard, nice haircut, wizard's robes, kind of got a staff leaning on the wall behind him, and he is just taking a piece of paper, seemingly checking something and moving it to the next pile, and that seems to be all he is doing.
Does he have a good hat?
A good hat? You know what? I'm gonna say yes. Very nice hat, top quality hat.
Roll for hat.
Ace hat. Is there any part of his mien that suggests he only subsists himself on air?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, shit. How good am I at this? Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. I gave her a -1 wisdom because she joined a cult. Oh, an 18, oddly.
Okay.
It's a natural 19.
He appears to be normally sated.
Okay. His Spartan apartment here does not necessarily speak to an aesthetic lifestyle.
No.
Okay. I wasn't given any kind of title for him, right? I was only given a name?
Just a name.
Okay. Honored Keherehuty, sir. I will start in Orin and see if that gets his attention. So it's a lot of Keherehuty.
He will kind of look up and say, "Oh, do you have an appointment?"
And is he speaking in common, or what does he answer back
He
in?
is speaking in common.
Okay. Then that's easy enough. We have been granted one immediately as our mission is most dire. Honored Keherehuty.
Oh, no. That's not how this works. Billow knows better than that. No. I have a very strict schedule.
Your servant is blameless, sir.
No,
I
don't think that's true.
I am a servant of the Pauper Knights of St. Adalbert under the charge of Jan Marius, vanquisher of Jan C. Bin. And I am here as I suspect that the tyrant seeks to return or move on our plane. Several of my fellows here have been directly abducted to this realm. And only one other, I believe, came here willingly.
He will look up and he will say, that all sounds very, very important, but I must insist, if you do not have an appointment, I hate to be a stickler, but there are rules in place, and it's just it's very important that it just bothers me when rules are not followed, and schedules are very important. My time is valuable.
I understand from schedules and valued time, sir, but did you not hear me that Yancy Bin may once again be on the rise?
I don't think that's true. I feel like I would have known about that. He is not foretold to rise again for another 15 years. So why would he come back early? It's not how he himself would follow us. I was assured follow a schedule.
Follower of a Katie, maybe pop in here and talk some sense into this, bro.
Maybe if I may interrupt for just a moment, and she'll kind of like peek out from behind her book. Maybe this evil force, which my new companion speaks of, doesn't exactly adhere to time schedules and doesn't respect them either.
Even.
And if anything, isn't that a greater evil than what we have done to you this day?
I don't care for it. That's for sure. I suppose an exception can be made in this one case because of extenuating circumstances.
I thank you, kind sir.
What can I do for you, my friends?
I will just look amazed at Mote. Like, just, yeah, all right. See a few other ways of going about things, apparently. We are not native or even willing visitors to this plane. What can you tell us of our potential purpose here, of some called by a Katie or myself here to thwart the shadow of the four winds?
He will say, well, if Yancy Bin is back, if he has broken the schedule, terrible.
So rude.
The worst, yeah.
Terribly rude. He can do, you know what? He did have some cultists on this plane. They claim they were being controlled. I don't believe them. We've locked many of them up in the dungeons downstairs. I believe his cultist leader here was an Erganasi fellow by the name of Gale.
Any particular Gale or any family name?
Gale Southwind.
I don't want to assume that there are many Gales upon this plane, but
it's a fairly common name.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
So at that point, Lady Kai's just going to kind of look at him, give an inquisitive look, open her beak, and say, in his voice, Gale Southwind?
Oh, my. That's quite a talent. Yes.
Yes, these doings have also attracted the attention of the Ravens, apparently.
Oh, well, actually, Kenku aren't really ravens. They're more of crow people. But, I mean, what's the difference between a crow and a raven, right?
One's really big. And, like, sometimes a little more grumpy, I think. That's about it.
I will just look at Keherehuty as if all of this has been valuable.
He kind of pulls out an hourglass from under his desk, and he says, well, my lunch break is over, so you all need to leave.
What would it take to secure a visit to your prisons? or to secure an audience with this Gale Southwind?
He'll kind of rifle through some papers, and he'll pull something out and stamp it and sign it and say, if you hand this to the guard, it should be fine.
Was this Drifty? What was his name? Breezy?
Billow.
Billow.
Billow can escort you down, yes.
Thank you, Keherehuty, and I will give some honorarium in Orin to make it all sound more official, but for sparing your very valued time in making this exception for us. I swear it of the utmost importance.
Well, I hope you are correct. I mean, well, I hope you are not correct.
And I will also give him some thanks. And if I know any like gestures or anything for Shu, God of the Sky, then I'll try and do those for him.
Shu is a weird god. He's not actively worshipped on Toro, so you're kind of like, you're guessing at a lot of them, and you're kind of reusing some Akkadi symbols, but he doesn't seem to mind.
Okay.
Repurposing an Akkadi hymn.
Yeah. No, but Shu...
Kind of hoping that he starts to do the gestures back at me, so I can kind of be like...
And wind be with you.
Yeah.
Wind at your back.
Yeah.
Have fun reading your papers.
Thank you, I will.
I am going to walk up to his desk, bow very respectfully, cast light on his desk, and walk out.
It's very bright now. You guys get Billow. Billow kind of puts his hand up to the line, and you see a bunch of people kind of,
Oh, now we're those people.
A Doppler effect. This groan.
You see a head stick out. Oh, come on.
Opens her beak, and it's just an entire crowd laughing all at the same time.
It's a sitcom laugh track.
Billow kind of takes you down a couple levels, and you guys get into the prison area, which has like 3 cells and then just a giant hole in the floor that leads down into the airplane. And you see in one cell kind of an Air Ganassi wearing billowy pants and a vest. That seems to be it. And he's just facing the wall, kind of cross-legged, sitting on the floor, staring at the wall. And Billow takes the paper and hands it to a guard. And the guard looks at it, kind of folds it, and gestures at the only occupied cell and says, Gale Southwind, traded to his people, banished from his tribe. You can talk to him if you want.
That was a really fancy entrance for someone who is in a cell. We'll just say.
Thank Billow, thank the guard. Approach the cell.
I'm gonna say in Hootie's voice again, Gale Southwind, and try to get his attention.
Gale will respond back with a simple, yeah, it's me.
Whatever. Like, I will try to make some indication of the howling hatred and see if he responds.
He says, Sister, You were loved by him, and you turned on him.
I was controlled by him.
This just got really awkward.
Well, according to your title, sir, you were loved by people once too and betrayed them. So maybe you have some common ground.
I was betrayed. They lack vision to make real change here. People talk a big game about how we flow with the wind. We change, we evolve. No, we don't. It's the same old politics. Grand Khalif has been in charge for thousands of years. He'll be in charge for thousands of years. Akadi wanders, doing nothing to help her people. Shu doesn't care. Chan, please. Yansi Bin would bring change.
Very doubtful.
I feel like that's not the kind of change that you're talking about. You know, it doesn't seem to line up a bit.
And he certainly focused a lot of his attention on the prime material, not improving anything here.
Well, when the powers that be here won't change, maybe we can create a new airplane. A better airplane.
No offense, but I don't think you guys are strong enough for that.
Very doubtful.
Kind of envision somewhere between him talking this shit on Akadi and in generally still promoting the party line. There's a lot of like Mote and Savra kind of having to hold each other back at least one point. I'm just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know what?
He's real lucky I didn't take Orcish Rage.
So what we have right now are the Kinku and the Halfling standing in front of the two people in like armor and the warrior.
The Asimar just kind of shrugging nearby, like...
It happens.
What are you gonna do?
It's a living.
What are we trying to get out of him?
Any information regarding whether or not the tyrant moves.
Huh.
Brother, what have you heard?
He'll say, I have heard the call of our Lord and Master. Yansi Bin rises.
At some point, Twillyn's gonna take Lady Car, someone else off to the side and be like, "Can one of you guys do the truthy thing, where they have to tell you things and they can't lie? I can't do it. I've seen someone do it."
And
Interesting. She kind of like boredly conjures a mage hand and just starts poking the guy in the cell.
Oh, come on.
Just poking various directions.
This is against the Kalimport conventions.
I don't know what those are.
It doesn't mean you can't ignore them.
This is true.
I have rights.
brother, I also heard the call. What is his plan? And how does it involve these people?
He'll say, their deaths will spark a revolution. If we can't take the prime material plane, maybe the airplane will be easier.
For some reason, I don't think they'll care about a bunch of strangers dying. They die all the time. They like starve and fall through the air forever or something until someone cleans them up. That's what that one lady said that one time.
No, but if primers perhaps kill Keherehuty before they meet a terrible, unfortunate demise, maybe that could do something.
And why
Very
would
doubtful.
we kill him?
I don't think you'll have much choice. Lady Savra, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Fuck. I chose to play this character. It's my own damn fault.
I was going to do that to him.
And I took a notoriously low wisdom, but I do have proficiency in wisdom saves. So
It all works out.
I'll bet you a 6 is real good.
Oh, it's terrible. He will kind of reach into the back of his vest, and he will pull out what you recognize as the top of wind vein,
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
and he will kind of point it at you, and your eyes go white. Roll initiative.
Oh, all of us?
Yep.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Do I have disadvantage or anything?
No.
Okay.
Jeez.
I rolled a terrible thing.
19.
15.
5. Rolled a 2.
Who had 15?
I did.
Okay, Darby.
I rolled a 20. Dirty 20.
Oh.
Well,
Good thing you're on our side.
Well, am I?
Am I?
But I just had to make a wisdom save. Is there anything I am compelled or otherwise, or am I just freaked out by wind vein?
Right now you are just freaked out by wind vein, but your mind is feeling a little less your own, which you have
Yeah,
felt
no,
before.
that's my worry.
Okay.
Quick question.
Sure.
Just by like appearance, would I have recognized what like Lady Savra's class is?
She seems like a paladin of some kind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm presenting pretty clearly, I think.
Cool.
It's
do
okay,
you,
guys, to have a plan.
do you wear any insignias of Torm, Lady Savra?
Yeah, presumably, and some sub
Okay.
pin of Adalbert that
Yeah.
no one recognizes.
The poor weird guy. Yeah.
Yeah, something about wheat and peasants.
The people will rise.
Yeah,
Okay. So we got that. I got that. Mote, what did you get?
7.
7. And then I'm sure Twillyn
Got a 5.
is fine at the bottom. Mote, you can see invisible things. Flying up from the hole at the bottom of the cell are two creatures you would describe as invisible stalkers.
Oh, great.
these things are fuckers.
Can I like point them out to my companions in any sort of way?
You can. Everyone else, you see blank sky, but
Yeah,
but
but a heads up. I mean, it.
yeah, no, it's a heads up still. And they kind of zero in on the fact that you have just pointed them out, so they will attack you. But
Would we?
Oh, I'm sure
recognize
that's
them
fine.
just by hearing that.
But you actually get to see them, so
Yeah.
that cancels their advantage or whatever, right?
does,
Like
yes.
whatever they get. Yeah, good, good.
sorry, what'd you say, Aaron?
Would we recognize what they are just by Mote saying that really quickly, or is it just like a what the fuck? What are those?
You guys have adventured for a while. You would recognize that there is a kind of air elemental called an invisible stalker
Okay.
that are invisible stalkers. Yeah, it's really right in the name.
It's right in the title.
Sounds good.
It's what it says in the
What do they
tin.
look like? They're invisible.
They're-
Right.
What do they do?
The stock.
Mostly stock.
Yeah.
Okay. 19 to hit, Mote.
Of course.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. So the first one slams you for 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
His second attack misses. The second invisible stalker, first attack misses, and then the second attack slams you for another 8.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Let's see.
Don't worry, guys. I'm sure I have tons of HP.
Sure.
Lady Savra.
Okay. I am possessed of my own faculties at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. Just need to see whether or not. Oh, good. Can I put my hand on Mote and give her 10 hit points?
Okay.
And then use my bonus action to cast Magic Weapon.
Okay.
And then try to move myself. I can't see them, but try to move myself between the threats that aren't in a cell
Okay.
and the rest of this party.
Okay.
What's the other thing I did? Cast that. Oh, and I spent 10.
Lady Caw.
So whatever Gale was holding, is it very clearly doing something magical?
It does appear to be doing something magical.
Great, I'm gonna cast a spell magic on it.
Okay. What level of dispel magic would you like to cast?
Yeah, it's a pretty.
Or rather, what level does dispel magic? Let me just look this up.
Third or lower.
Okay. The effect seems to fade.
The dispel magic effect fades, right? Not the.
No.
Oh no!
Lady Caw effectively dispels whatever Wind Vane was doing.
Oh, rad.
He kind of looks at it and like hits it. Damn it. Okay.
Awesome.
Anything else on your turn, Caw?
That's my action. I have no desire to move, and I don't think anyone here really uses stealth, so...
Okay.
Well, I do, but a little bit.
Darby.
Dryland might. She's creepy.
So, do I know where... Like, I have a general idea of where these invisible things are?
Yes.
So I will use my Radiant Soul ability and just pop out my wings. Because I can do that. And I'm gonna... so, yeah, I get... My start to glow, and I get 2 incorporeal wings, and I get... just gonna run up and try to attack one of them.
Okay.
What other rad crap does this thing do?
ASMR are real cool.
Yeah. I don't have their book, so I don't know fully what they're about, but I've seen it.
They get like somebody that talks to them in their sleep.
Oh, yeah.
There's like
Okay.
3 different like paths that you can take to like either you're like good, bad, or kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do like rad forms like based off of which path you choose. It's really cool. Anyway, sorry.
Asthma
They
cool.
hold their hands out just right, and they even have a cup holder.
So I'm going to attack with my scimitar,
Mhm.
which gives me 22.
Oh, yep.
Okay,
That'll hit a lot of things, yeah.
that's what. And then it doesn't tell me how much extra radiant damage I can do to it. Or equals your level.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
Or
Sweet.
so that's an extra. Oh, 3. So that's 8.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay. It
I
scream-
whacked it good.
You did. It screams. Does not care for that at all. It is Gale's turn. He will kind of hold out Wind Vane, and it's not doing what he thought it was going to do, so he'll just point it at Lady Savra, and lightning will shoot out of it. And, ooh, boy. An 8, I'm assuming, does not hit your armor class.
It does not. No, it turns out I have any armor on at all.
Yeah. As a knight, weird. As a witch bolt kind of strikes the ground in front of you.
Oof, okay. Yeah, just kind of step away, shield up.
Mote.
Okay, and what kind of a humanoid is Gale?
He is an air ganassi.
Okay, and so those would be considered elementals, yes?
Technically no, but I'll say yes. For whatever cool
Okay.
thing you want to do.
Well, it seems like Gale is pretty focused on Lady Savra, so Mote would like to cast protection from good and evil on her.
Okay.
Oh, nice. It will at the very least work against the invisible stalkers.
Yeah. Since she seems the most tanky. And then do anything else? So these invisible stalkers are like all up in my biz, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have put myself between you and their biz.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm
As best
gonna-
I can.
I'm gonna go ahead and Zephyr Strike just to kind of move away
Okay.
a little bit more without like accidentally proccing any opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't attack because I used my action for protection and good from good and evil. So there we go.
Okay, cool. And Twillyn.
Just kind of.
Okay, I just first of all realized I forgot to roll the Ravens initiative because I had to do that separately.
Okay.
But do you just want to keep it on the same turn and
Yeah.
make life easier?
That sounds good.
So Twillyn's going to use her bonus action to cast Sanctuary on Mote because the things just kind of all went straight for Mote.
Okay.
And then she's going to. Would it be an action to ask the Raven to try and steal Wind Vane out of Gale's hand?
No, you can. You can ask it to do that, and it'll kind of start to flap up.
Okay. And then I think I'm just going to do dodge action after that. I don't think I actually want to fight quite yet
Okay.
because I don't know what is being attacked.
Okay. So the Raven. You'd like to have the Raven try and take
Yeah.
kind of
Like take
spear.
it,
The spearhead.
take it and bring it back over,
Okay.
basically.
Oh boy.
Is it even possible?
No, I'm just trying to think of what check it would make.
The Ravens have sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. Give me a sleight of hand check from the Raven.
Okay, let me just pull up a Raven real quick.
lacking anything, it would still be a dexterity check, which
Mhm.
I have to think they've got something in.
Yeah, they do have something from what I remember off the top of my head.
Although it's a real oversight, they don't have a sleight of hand score because, quite frankly,
Sneaky bastards.
Ravens are some shifty motherfuckers.
Yeah, okay. It's +2 in Dex, I say
Okay.
it says. That was in 11, so probably not.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, no, he's got a grip on that thing. It's
Okay.
very important to him, so he's holding on tight.
Cool.
Yeah, it has that effect on people. Play Prince of the Apocalypse and find out more.
It's a good adventure.
It's a great adventure.
It's underrated. Invisible Stalkers get to go again. Okay. So they have Sanctuary. Mote has Sanctuary cast on her.
Mm-hmm.
And Protection from Good and Evil. That is just not worth their time. So they are going to attack Lady Savra.
I'm the one with protection against good and evil on me, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's
Okay.
on me, right?
Yeah, I
So-
cast it on her.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So they will still attack you. Oh boy. The first one's going to be a miss because of disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Shoot, I have a red ability I should use.
Second Invisible Stalker. Oh, come on.
Tries its best.
I don't want to talk about the three ones I rolled.
Oh!
Get it
An
together,
alarming
guys.
amount of ones in
I
this
want to
period.
talk about him. I want to hear all about him.
These guys might be giving Chet, the worst Invisible Stalker, a run for his money.
Yeah, no, I don't know, though. That dude was pretty clanky for being an invisible stalker.
Lady Savra.
I mean, I'm pretty headed up, but I am supposed to use violence as a final option. I don't know that I've given these invisible stalkers a chance, but in my experience with invisible stalkers, which is not insignificant, if not plentiful, do I think any appeal to them would, once they're on the job, they're on the job? Okay.
Yeah, no, they stalk like that. It literally.
They are a single-minded entity.
You
That
tell them what to do and they do it.
right. So yeah, if anything, the head would have to be cut off here to
Yes.
even start to affect change. Okay, so and they're an immediate threat to my fellows. So I will take a fairly wild stab, hopefully having heard them thumping against my shield and otherwise feeling their swipes. I will just make an educated guess and stab. Is that disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. I have a +1 weapon now, though, because of I
Magic
cast
weapon.
magic weapon. Ooh, boy. Oh, that was cocked. Okay. An 18. I'm sorry, it's more than that, actually, because I get +6. So +7, it's a lot. It's 20-something.
Yeah, yep.
Do I hit on a 20-something?
Yes.
Okay. That's 1d8 + 3. Oh, and that's an 8. That's 11 damage to an invisible stalker. And Mote already has Sanctuary on her, so I don't have to worry about that. I will back up to be within... well, that might invoke an attack of opportunity. Am I within 5 feet of anyone significant?
You're within 5 feet of Mote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I backed up,
but
I imagine that there's not a whole lot of room in here, so was just kind of
Okay.
it's a
be able to see everything better.
bit
Yeah,
creepy.
if I can shift it all to get within 5 feet of more than one person. If not, I will stay within 5 feet of Mote, who's taken the most damage.
Okay. You're a 5th level paladin, so you get a second attack.
Oh my lord! 5th level paladins are great. Again, at disadvantage. Oh, a natural 20 and a 3. The 3 is still a 10. There's no way it has
No,
a 10 AC.
It's not that low. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, connect with one, maybe even swing at the other, and just can't find out where it is.
Okay.
I got all this rad stuff written down. I gotta remember it. I should have made a cheat sheet. I apologize. That's it. I got no move, so.
Okay. Lady Caw.
Okay, so where is Twillyn's Raven right now?
It's kind of fluttering above Gale, kind of harassing him, trying to grab at its kind of big spearhead.
So if I don't take a move action, can I use that instead for a second action to cast another spell?
No, not in 5th
No.
edition.
That's what I thought. So I am instead just going to look at dude whose name I just blanked on and cast Bane on him.
Okay.
Gale?
Gale.
Bane is
Gale,
up to
yeah.
3 targets, by the
That
way.
is up to three targets I have to see. The other 2 are invisible.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Okay.
That is a charisma saving throw. And he has to beat a 15.
Oh, God. I was about to look up what he adds. There's no way with a 4 on the die he's beating that, so he is
I
beating.
mean, probably not.
So that is a
Oh no, he was a
D4
cult
from
leader.
his
He could
attack
be
and skill
very.
rolls.
Very charismatic.
I feel like being a cult leader requires you to be visible.
He's got that charisma.
He's also
True.
the leader of the shitty cult here, not the real cult on the Prime Material plane.
Yeah.
So he's like super charismatic,
Oh,
just in
yeah.
the wrong way.
It's like the manager at the franchise store, not the flagship.
Exactly.
That's one analogy.
Anything else on your turn, Lady Caw?
I'm gonna glare at him.
Yeah. Give him that glare. Give him that crow side eye.
No, I don't. I don't think he's threatening enough to get the one good eye look. He's just
Okay. He will once again attempt to cast Witch Bolt on Lady Savra. He is minus a D4.
Bring it then.
Okay, he rolled a 2, minus 1,
Plus.
5, so it's 6.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah, get wrecked on board.
The lightning bolt kind of skitters to the side, and he kind of looks at the spearhead, and he kind of hits it against his cell bars, and he's like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
Mote.
I have met Hester of Green Hilly, sir, and you are no Hester of Green Hilly.
I open my beak and give this man one single slow clap.
All right. I'm gonna try and bonus action planar warrior, and then pepper the invisible stalkers with some arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's see.
So
I'm gonna guess a 21 hits.
yes, and the first attack had advantage because of Zephyr Strike, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
All right. Yeah.
Let's see if I roll for the crit. Nope, did
Okay.
not get the crit. All right. So then
Hits a hit.
let's see.
Just so you know, that is going to cancel your sanctuary if you attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm back up to almost full HP, so that's fine. Okay. So 1d8 plus another d8. And I don't get to stack the Zephyr Strike and Planar Warrior D8s, do I?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Then 3 D8s.
Yeah. Rangers get slowly rad. Like
16 damage.
nice.
Okay. Okey-doke. There's that one. Anything else on your turn, Mote?
No, she'll just kind of stay close to Lady Savra.
Okay. Twillyn.
Okay, so question. Does Gale have need to speak in order to use the spear?
He has been saying verbal components to his spells, yes.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I first see if the Raven can steal the spear again, before I do anything else?
Yeah, sure.
If that makes sense. Okay. So should I just roll for that?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think I got the same 11 because I can't roll. Apparently, this is a different dice.
Yeah, he seems to be holding on to it pretty tight.
Okay. Then Twillyn is going to point at him and cast silence on him.
Okay, nice.
Get him to shut up.
Silence is the best job.
That does mean that almost no one else can use spells, which is what I was looking out for. But
yeah,
well, if you kind of push it back enough, his cell's pretty big. You can just get him in it.
I will just do that then. Ha.
Okay.
So that's everything. I'm just kind of don't see a reason to move. So here we are.
Okay.
Just calmly standing next to each other, just like, spell. Spell.
Yeah.
Lady Savra, the invisible stalkers will go, and you feel two windy arms kind of slam into you. So you take a total of 16 bludgeoning damage.
That's with disadvantage?
They have
I'm still
advantage
protected from good and evil.
It's just straight rolls.
It's a straight roll, okay. And they beat an 18?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just trying real hard not to take whatever you're about to do, but I will gladly do so.
Okay. So, yeah, 16 total bludgeoning damage, and then the invisible stalker, the second one, will go after Mote.
Can I tell Lady Savra to maybe provoke an opportunity attack?
Or give me heads up enough to throw protect?
Which would you rather do, Marty? Would you rather protect or make an opportunity attack? Because they're both reactions, so you'd only get to do one.
Is it trying to move past me to get... Does it have to move past me to get to Mote?
It does.
You're pretty well healthy?
Yeah, I'm healthy, and I can also absorb elements. So, not that you would know that as Lady Savra.
No. I kind of feel like Savra's whole deal is she'd rather protect, though. So I protect.
Okay.
I'm
not attack.
I will soon attack, but now I protect. So disadvantage on that.
13 to hit, Mote?
No, that does not hit.
Second attack will miss. Lady Savra.
Okay, now I attack.
There it be.
And presumably the one that's trying to get past me to Mote, the one that's actually attacking me, I'm fine with. Okay. Paladins of Redemption are interesting, but cool. Disadvantage still?
Yes.
That's not great. Well, I do get a whole bunch of pluses. So plus 7, 15.
Is a hit.
Nice. Is there any way to tell if these guys feel like hurt at all, or like what's their deal?
The one guy seems bloodied.
Okay. Is that the one I'm attacking now?
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna go for him then.
Okay.
This day ain't over. 6 damage.
Okay.
And then a second attack on same guy. Oh man, another natural 20. That's such a shame. It's more than that. It's 16.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still gonna just do straight damage. Another 6.
Okay. Okey doke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Both of those were 7s because it's a +1 weapon.
Oh, okay. That's easy enough. Okay.
And kind of like shift as best I can to be in the best position to protect the most people, which again might only be Mote at this point, but
Okay.
I will try my best.
Okay.
And that's Lady Sabra's turn.
Caw.
He's working on it.
I was planning my thing, but it didn't work out the way I was going to. So I'm just going to try to Sacred Flame one of the stalkers.
Okay. Ooh. Nope. That is a hit. Full hit.
Five radiant damage.
And you rolled 2d8 because you're a level 5 cleric?
I thought that didn't kick into level 10. 7 radiant damage.
Nice.
That will kill an invisible stalker.
Nice. Get wrecked.
Darby Bearclaw, what would you like to do?
I would like to smack him. The other one, I guess, hasn't been hit with my scimitar.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. That is 12 plus 5, 17.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, hey. 8 plus, I still get my 5 radiant damage, right? Because I'm still doing the wings thing.
I think so. Yep.
So that is 8, 13.
Okay. Ooh, boy. Yeah, smashy druid. I like it. Okay. Gale will hold out his spearhead and open his mouth and kind of be stunned that he can't speak. Just start slamming the spearhead on the bars and seems to waste his turn trying to figure out how to talk.
I give him another single slow clap.
Twillyn is very quietly
He
giggling.
can't hear it.
Yeah, he can't hear it. He's been silenced. He's deaf.
But everyone else can hear
But
it.
we all, yeah, we
People I
know.
care about appreciating it.
We know.
He can see it.
Twillyn
We all
giggles in
kind
the
of like
background.
mime one so he gets to see it. Silence is the best. It's a DM's favorite.
Oh, yeah. Love when my bad guy can't do anything.
Yeah.
Mote.
I guess I'll just try and planar warrior and shoot people. That's
Okay.
pretty much what she's good at. All right. Ooh. 17.
Is a hit.
All right. Cool. All right, 9 damage to an invisible stalker, I assume.
Okay. Okay.
And that's both the 8s and pluses?
Yeah, I rolled 2 3s.
I mean, I don't want to say boo out loud, but like
Rip.
inside I'm booing.
I give Mote a single slow clap. This one isn't the "you're screwed" single slow clap. This is the "you tried."
Yeah. It's
No,
all in
that's pretty much
context.
Mote's.
Kenku, which Mote absolutely understands.
She gets it. She feels it. It's a feeling familiar to her.
Yeah.
Twillyn and the Raven.
Okay. I feel like Raven's just gonna keep trying for it because like there's not really much else Raven can do.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that Twillyn can kind of guesstimate where the invisible stalker is from Mote smacking at it. So I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And we've got, I think both beams are going to target the one.
Okay.
We got 2 beams at 5th level. One got cocked. Okay. So that's a 12 and a 15.
15 hits.
Okay, so that's... I can't find my 10. 4 damage.
Okay.
And should I roll dexterity for the Raven again?
Yeah. Might care of it.
That is a 14.
All right.
Show me that -4.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of smacking it against the bar, and again he kind of looks at it for a second, and the Raven swoops in, grabs it, and flies away with it.
That's so Raven.
You were waiting
You
for
have
that
been
one.
waiting.
I've been,
to say
yeah,
that.
I've really,
Sitting on it.
I mean, just rounds and
Can I do
rounds
it now?
now.
Can I do it now?
This time. And then Twillyn's just gonna kind of catch it, I guess.
Okay.
Ooh, donuts into it. Pro tip.
Okay. Invisible stalker gets to go.
Yeah.
You know, oddly enough, I feel like Twillyn could handle a cult.
Twillyn
It's a lot
is
of
a cult.
responsibility.
Twillyn is an entire cult in herself.
Lady Savra. 2 swings, 2 misses.
Bam, bam, bam.
And it is your turn.
Okay. Hopefully catching that Windbane has been disarmed, I actively will like turn around and be like, don't attune to it. And turn around and try and bring low the invisible stalker here. With disadvantage. Ooh, boy. Natural ones are bad, we're agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird rule. I'd like to see it changed, but we'll wait until 6th edition. Ooh, still not great, but I was hitting with something close to it. Plus 7, 13?
13's a hit.
Ooh, nice. This one hasn't been as hurt as the previous one, right?
No.
The other one took a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to go ahead and smite.
Okay.
Burn a 1st level smite. This doesn't activate extra levels of smite, right? Like it's not an aberration, a fiend,
No, yeah, it's just
undead.
It's just an elemental.
So that's just 2d8. Pretty good though. 13, 16.
Okay.
I didn't mark which one was radiant damage, but I don't think it really matters.
No.
In this case, it's a magic weapon. I'm sorry, 17. I get +1. I need to keep remembering that.
Okay.
Right, I completely whiffed on the first one. That was my second one. again, just try to shift and position myself in the best place to protect the most people, and I've been your dealer. That was my turn.
Okay. Lady Caw.
I'm gonna just throw a dagger at Gale.
Okay.
You know what? He's had it too good for too long.
It's a 12 to hit.
As he is wearing absolutely no armor, that is totally a hit.
It's like stabbing prisoners in a barrel.
That is 5 damage, as I just get him in the shoulder and just stare at him.
He kind of looks at you and he's...
At some
Silence
point,
is the best spell, you guys.
At some point, Twill's just gonna drop the silence,
No! Well, he doesn't have Windbane anymore. That's fine.
just to like hear what he's saying.
I feel
Really?
a little better about it.
A dagger? I have rights.
It's a little
I
disappointing.
hold up my
Cast
other
Silence
dagger.
again.
Okay. Did you want to throw another dagger? You can with, because they're light weapons.
No, I've only got the 2.
Okay. Darby.
The other invisible stalker still up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna smack it. That's probably not gonna work. 9.
No, sorry, 9 is a miss.
Oh no. Oh well.
Gale? You can't really do anything without Windbane.
That was his one move.
Yeah, he's kind of huff. Fine.
I gave him another single slow clap because this time he can hear it.
Yeah.
He will pull out the dagger and throw it back at Lady Caw.
Nice. That's a power move.
It works.
Oh man. Okay. So, okay. He's still being baned. So he rolled a 4. He subtracts 4 from it, so he starts with 0.
Can I catch it, please?
I mean, good news is Lady Caw gets her dagger back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you straight up catch it. It's just no, that's mine.
Twillyn applauds.
Outcome unlikely.
Outlook good.
Yeah.
Mote, it's your turn again.
Alright. I'm going to continue to attack the invisible stalker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, never mind. Natural 1.
Oh, boy.
I understand they have some reputation in D&D.
Sorry, Mote.
She was too distracted by Lady Caw and in awe of her catching that dagger. And she just kind of...
It was rad as hell.
I didn't think fortune tellers could do that. I thought that was like a monk thing, but
Yeah.
Well, she foretold a dagger was going to come at her, and
saw
got
him
it.
throw that dagger 3 days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Twillyn, you and the Raven now have this spearhead. What would you like to do?
Twillyn's gonna spend the next minute casting Identify on it as a ritual.
Okay.
So she's gonna be virtually useless in the actual combat.
Do you have to be touching it, or can you drop it on the ground first?
Wow, that's a good
I'm
question.
uncertain. She could probably drop it on the ground. Let me double check Identify.
As long as she doesn't attune to it, she's okay.
She's not actively attuning to it.
Yeah.
She just wants to know what this thing is that she now has.
You must touch it throughout the casting.
Okay.
But 1 minute's not
Yeah.
enough to attune
It's-
to it, so.
Yeah,
have it
it's
attuned
1
to
minute
you
per
or
person they're
I
anything.
staring
wasn't
at.
sure how long it took to attune to magic items.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
but
staring
yeah,
at it.
does.
Okay.
All right, so begin the 10-round countdown.
Pretty much.
Invisible stalkers. Your armor
Invisible
class
stalker.
Stalker, sorry. You're correct. Your armor class is 18, Lady Savra?
It sure is.
Okay. So 1 hit, 1 miss.
Okay.
So 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Target that explosion and fire. Try to retort on where I feel like that blow just came from.
Okay.
Yeah, no one here brought fairy fire? You have a failing me. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, it's still probably worth reporting. It's +7. No, a 9's not going to do it.
Nope.
Well, a 15 does, though, if I recall.
Yep.
Okay. We're running pretty late, so I think it's worth it to pump another smite into it. Pretty sure that's like the worst metagaming, but I'm doing it. An 8 and a 6, and then plus some shit. So yeah, that's a 14 plus another 4, thanks to the additional +1. That's 18 damage. Some of it's radiant.
Kill that invisible stalker.
Womp.
And yeah, just you kind of feel your sword bite into it, and then you feel like it's much easier on the follow through, kind of like.
Yeah. I will say in Orin, you can still give up. Oath of Redemption. Nailed it.
Okay. Twillyn. This is a fragment of a weapon called Wind Vein. It is evil as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It changes your flaw to, if I remember correctly, your word means nothing. You break every oath you've ever made.
Yeah, all oaths are forfeit or something like that. Yeah.
And then, it's got a bunch of cool shit it can do too. It's like a +3 spear, although you only have the head of it. Marty has the book back there.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead though, because by my memory, you're nailing it. But yeah, it's.
And I think you can cast lightning bolt with it or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
You said it cast Witch Bolt.
That was a spell he could cast with it, but because he was an innate spellcaster, it was just his implement.
Ha.
But yeah, it is evil as hell. And it won't have all of its normal powers because it is just the spear tip, and it's technically been sort of destroyed. But
she's probably like slowly consulting with her raven what to do with it, but just kind of like don't like.
The raven's like, that is bad news, bears. No.
Just like, how do destroy?
It's an artifact. There is a way.
Yeah, maybe take it back upstairs to that guy who seems smart.
Who were about to be framed for killing.
Well, you guys killed the guy who was going to try and frame you for it. And you stopped his mind control effort of your paladin, so...
Oof. That could have been real bad, y'all. I'm very susceptible.
So that's an interesting question, though. Of Darby and Lady Sovereign, who looks beefier? Who looks stronger?
I've got 16 and 3 stats. One of them's charisma, though. I'm sorry, charisma.
Charisma.
I got 14 strength, so that's pretty cool. It's my wisdom's higher than yours.
I never joined a cult.
That. Yeah, that ain't easy. All you gotta do is not join a cult, and but you're a part of a weird monastery that does planar stuff. I don't know that you can throw a whole lot of stones.
I feel like it's a lot different than joining a cult.
I don't see the difference.
They're called the Howling Hatred.
and we were forced to eat air for a month, I don't see the difference. Man, where are just the damn artifacts in this book?
They're at the back.
It's strangely outlined.
I'm assuming we're out of initiative now.
Yeah, that's
We
what I
are
assume
out
as
of
well.
initiative. So
Okay, I'm going to walk up to Lady Savra, hit her with enchant ability, now has bull strength, point at the cell door, and make the sound of iron ripping off of stone.
Can I reach Gale himself?
yeah.
Okay. Then I will try to use him to break the bars. Which is a polite way of saying
Okay, I see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't actually expect that to work as a physical thing, but yes, I plan on
Well,
taking him for a walk and having him fall down on the way.
make a strength check.
At
Okay.
advantage.
I have
There-
advantage.
Throughout this, Twillyn's just holding her arms, going, help, 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 help. Both telepathically and out loud. As the mood
Oh,
suits her.
yeah. That's real,
Alright,
real
you can
good.
speak telepathically.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
You grab him by his stupid vest, kind of pinch it together, and you slam him into the bars, and they do indeed kind of shake and rattle, and you slam him hard enough that they bend enough that you can pull him out.
Help.
That's pretty fun and impressive. And I will just kind of try to remember and center and diplomacy first. What else is he planning? Brother.
Through gritted teeth, brother.
Yeah, brother.
He will say, "Sister." No.
Let's just go full twin snakes on this.
Yes.
Brother!
He says, he's not well. And this is just a setback. But he will topple the powers of the airplane. The four winds will fall to Yansi Bin.
Let's go talk to those powers. And while I still got bull strength, I'm going to drag his ass upstairs to the front of the line if I have to. If I extra have to, I'll even go to Wiz Khalifa X Iljan D P Diddy or whatever his full name was.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Absolute recall. How do I do it? Nothing but net. There's no question. Sports metaphor.
Have that full strength for an hour, so make use of it.
Yeah. Oh shit, an hour? Yeah, I thought I had to get there in like a minute or 10. Yeah, I'm
Oh
good.
no, we got time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we are running a little late, but so you take it back up to the wizard from before. He's a little,
Keherehuty if I can. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little miffed. You are again interrupting his schedule, but
I will flat throw Gale down on his probably on his table because I was trying to throw him down short of it, but I have bull strength and it's just halfway across it. It's like, oh.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate.
knocks the wind out of him as he hits the table.
Oops.
Outlook not so good.
And he says, I see you got him to talk. Was he indeed planning something? Is Yansi been returned?
Signs point to yes.
What the magic 8-ball said.
Point. Yeah, absolutely point at the Kenku. Yes, he moves on the airplane as we speak, as he failed to conquer the prime material. And then I will point to Twillyn and or the bird, whichever one is currently holding Windvane, and say, behold the remnant of his unholy weapon, which has held me in its thrall personally and can speak to its power.
Maybe don't touch it, though.
Or attune to it. Don't attune to it.
He will say, I will not attune to it, but may I touch it?
I mean, I'd rather you not. I just said that. But yeah, I mean, you can probably touch it. He's not very good with spears. He's not proficient in martial weapons.
He's a war wizard now. He'll kind of pick it up, look at it, and he will cast Wish, and it will crumble.
That'll do it.
Oh my god. Like, just a wave of relief. Just absolutely, like, I pee myself a little. I let go so much at once. Like, it's severe. Luckily, I'm wearing full body armor. No one can notice.
Outlook good.
You see this puddle just leaking out of...
There's a small ting, 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 ting against...
Outlook not so good.
Yeah, listen. I don't apologize.
He will kind of take the powder that was the weapon in his hand and kind of get into Gale's face and just blow it into his face and say, you know what? Why did we even lock you up before? And we'll kind of gesture for the air elemental Billow to just kill him. So he'll pick up Gale and throw him out a window.
There that body goes.
I give him one last single slow clap.
Oh, come on!
No,
Does it just loop back around and 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 around?
See, now it's sad. And as an Oath of Redemption paladin, I have some conflicted feelings about it. It's probably for the best, but I feel like I should have said something before now.
That was 3 strikes as far as
Keherehuty
was concerned. But he will say, thank you all so much. I don't want to say wrong, because I'm never wrong. I was
very doubtful.
Too hasty to push off your wishes, or your warnings. But know that Shu, myself, Akadi, Chan, and the Grand Caliph, we will be vigilant for more of these cultists, but without their figurehead and even the remnant of their weapon, it will take them some time to reforge any meaningful cult effort in service to Yanzi Bin. We are all terribly grateful here. And if you could not mention it to anyone, that would be great.
Absolutely.
I will have to file a report with Jan Mariusz. He's very specific about reports. And also, I would like to give thanks to the Raven and our young druid here in service of her monastery, who came here of their own volition, and of this Kenku and Mote here, who were brought here against their will and still managed to do right by your plane. And your second thing. I didn't have a second thing. It was a little pregnant pause there. I apologize.
He'll say, I suppose that is acceptable. Keep my name out of it if you can.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Cannot predict now.
Okay.
Then keep your menace from my plane. But if you feel it is imminent or you need help, contact the Pauper Knights of St. Adalbert, and perhaps again these fine allies who worked in your service this day.
We do owe you a great debt. Thank you all.
I would be happy to help my goddess at any time.
And he'll kind of start to wave his hand, and one by one you start to fade. But I know, Jay, you wanted to do something before Lady Caw leaves.
So what I would like to do is, because I noticed Mote and I see her holy symbol, I would like to actually kind of pull her to a side for a bit and ask her to sit down. It's like gesture to the ground, sit down next to you, and then I'll take from somewhere on my person just a mat, roll it out, and it's just covered in divine and arcane symbols. I'll then take my augury tray, put that into the middle of the mat, and then I'll take what is basically a black masquerade mask, just plain mask, put that on, and then reach down into somewhere and pull out a very ornate bag. And from that, I'm going to take out what are carved dragon bones. And I'm going to look at Mote. I'm going to take those and hold them to my chest for a minute, and then I will cast them into the dish. And that is me casting augury to tell Mote's fortune.
Okay. For the next 30 minutes. Okay. Lady Caw, you look down and you read good results are in Mote's future for the next 30 minutes.
I'll look good. Yes, definitely. You can count on.
Mote will just kind of be like super stunned by this gesture, especially from a Kenku, and just kind of like give her like many thankful gestures. And
she does that thing where a bird puts its head down when it wants scritches.
She'll give her little scritches. And then she'll also say, I do not know where you come from, but if you ever find your way to Shar and are looking for a helpful place to stay, please seek out my monastery. I believe they will be quite sympathetic to your cause.
Cannot predict now. Outlook good.
I think before Twillyn leaves or like exits, she kind of goes around and like sticks a raven's feather in everyone's pocket, and then gives the like crystal necklace that she bought earlier to Mote, and then just kind of poofs into wherever it is she goes without another word.
Okay. When she gives me a feather, I give her one of mine.
Yeah,
like,
Mom also has one.
She's
trading feathers.
She starts to like seem to like make a necklace out of it as she disappears.
Okay. So the four of you fade back to approximately where you came from. Twillyn, you're not back in Kartakis or Ravenloft. Wherever next you may go is where you'll end up.
Yeah. Kind of happy.
Mote, you kind of fade and you feel like you're being pulled back to the prime material plane, and N.A. Soren's tower kind of rematerializes and then fades again, and you reappear back on the deck of the airship of the Azure Guard, and Zeph looks at you and says, well, why are you back? And we'll pick up there when you are next back with Bar Crawl.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry we went a little late. But let's do outros and plugs real fast. Eren.
Hi. You can find me on Tumblr and Twitter as @Chromathesia, CHROMATHESIA. I haven't really been posting too much because I am currently in the throes of finals week, but I put art there, sometimes writing. But stay tuned. Yeah, that's about it.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. You can find me on Twitter at Liz Horn, HORUN. I'm usually in Bar Crawl with Soup, so we'll be doing that next week.
Soup.
Hi, I'm Soup, aka Soupsica, on Twitter, Instagram, all that goodness. I do art. I will be doing art for the Dice Camera Action zine, which is what a lot of these streams are for. I will be gone next week, hence why we were doing this little Mote one-shot, which I thank everybody for hanging out and helping her find her way. And yeah, give me a follow. Follow us here if you want to see some more awesome D&D action.
Jay.
Hi, it's been super long since you've probably heard me say this, but I am JayRicheaux. I am @JayRicheaux on Twitter. Metalworker for the Dice Camera zine. I made a necklace. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and a bunch of other cool stuff that people have made. Follow them at Dice Camera zine on Twitter, and hopefully I'll start posting more of my own stuff soon.
And Marty.
Yes, I'm Marty. I'm here representing Windvane. It's a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. You can speak Orin fluently. You have resistance to lightning damage. You can cast Dominate Monster. You can summon a Devastation Orb of Air, which is real nasty, by the way. There's a separate section for it. And I break my vows and plans, duty and honor mean nothing to me. On Instagram.
It's
That's a pretty long username.
yeah.
I didn't think they had that much of a character limit.
Yeah, I've been thinking of like trying to Bitly it or something, like really but for now.
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton. Twitch and YouTube are God of Roads. Thank you guys so much for staying up late and playing D&D with me. Bye.
Thanks for staying up late and running D&D.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But wait.
Yep. Why are you on the airplane?
No! Is Autumn here? Where's Autumn?
Where's Billow?
Good night, everyone.
Hey.